Hi there, I'm Luke, welcome back to PhotoBite, and today we're checking out the Peak Design Travel Backpack. Let's get into it. So the Peak Design Travel Backpack is the new backpack released by Peak Design, and it kind of breaks away from the everyday backpack that they've already got out at the moment, which comes in two sizes. This is the extra large brother. This is a 45-litre backpack, and it is designed for pretty much whatever you want it to be designed for. And what I mean by that is a very modular bag, and you'll see these accessories on the side of me, and we'll get to those in just a moment. But we'll just run through the bag and then we'll get to those. So on the outside, it's a very simple design, or so it looks to be perceived, so it doesn't look too complex to use. You've got basic slots in the side, just there, it can be for water bottles or a tripod. If we have a look at the straps here, they're very thin here up the top here, so it's not thick and but still very well padded. You've got a handle here to hold it. This can also be used for when you're traveling. This will actually go having the suitcase handle shoot through, so it saves you having it to put it on your back. You've still got the top sections here, so this is your chest length, so that'll go in the top here. But when it comes to having waist support, they haven't forgot about that. So you've got these little magnets, you pull back and then out they come. So these aren't actually detachable. You would just simply hide them away when you're done with them, and the magnets will just make sure they never come out. You've got handles on both sides depending which way you want to hold it. I did find that when it was packed up a bit, you kind of wanted to force your hand a bit further down in order to get a bit more balance. When it's up here, it has a tendency to kind of flop, which can be a bit annoying, but you know, that's just a small minor thing. Now 45 litres is a very big size, so to close it up, you've got these little poppers on the top here, so you would just clip those in, and as you see, it folds in the top here. Doesn't do too much to the design, but what it does do is it makes it a 45-litre backpack down to a 35-litre backpack. So if you don't have one of the large cubes inside, then you can do this and you can get away with it as a literal everyday backpack. So that is very convenient on that end. Now if we have a look on the zip side of things, if we just pop it out again. So you've got this main zip, which will open up. So this just allows you to expand it. So if you've got a few more bits and pieces in here, you can expand it out a little bit more, which is very, very handy. So I've only used that a few times, but it's helpful when you've got clothes and cameras at the same time. You then got another zip on the front. Now this will open up the front section of the bag. And as you can see, you've got a zipper in the top here. You've got another pouch in the bottom. Now, to be honest, we did run out of things to fill them up with. So we just decided to keep it plain, so you can see all the pouches. But you can put this one, this is like got a cable sort of feel to it. It's got a nice rubber feel. You can put in, as you can see, there's some slots for pens. You can put in your chargeables, so you can put in a battery pack, charging cables, that can all go in there. Very quick and easy access all at the top. Or if you want, you can just have it zipped out there and you can put all your other bits in here. Now turning to the side of the bag, you've also got another zip. So this will give you side access into the camera bag. So like we see with some bags, is that side access, especially for the cubes, which we'll get to in a moment. This is very, very handy. But you don't just get it on one side, you do get it on the other. So you got it on that side as well. This is very convenient, especially if you want to be constantly taking off the backpack to get access to the camera bag. You can literally just open it up and just reach in for whatever you want and then just zip it back up. It doesn't matter what preference or side you're on, very convenient to use. Now if we open up the back quickly, so this is a clamshell setup, so this is how you're going to get your modules in the bag. So we open that up and in we go. So at the bottom we've got a nice little space to put in a laptop. I reckon we can probably get a 17-inch there. You've only got a 15, but there was definitely room to spare. On the inside you've still got those pouches, but if you see something here, you can probably see a little bit of light coming through, and that's because you can access it from both sides of the bag. Now if we just close it back up, so this is where the modules come into it. So what we've got on the side here, we've got the 3 different camera cubes that you can get. So you've got the large, you've got the medium, and you've got the small. And the way that Peak Design have designed the bag is you can slot in whatever section you want. So say you've only got a small amount of camera gear, you can just put in the small cube, and then we have the large clothes holder as well. So this is what your clothes will go in, keeps it nice and neat, and that will just go in the top and that'll be filled up. So you can have it that way, or maybe you're not traveling, maybe you're just doing a full shoot and you're only going to need your tech pouch and you're going to need a medium-sized cube. Again, you just slot that in, and this is where the side panels come into it, because you've got side panels on these, like so. And that's what you got available. And then if we actually look on the inside as well. So on the inside, you've got Peak Design's very simplistic design. So you actually got their foldable pads that help basically divide all of your bits and pieces. So your lenses, cameras, batteries, chargers can all be put in there. It would have been nice to see a couple of memory card holders up here, but you know, we won't complain. It is a very good bag, but it's just those small things like memory cards that might have been overlooked in the design of this one. But that's where a tech pouch comes into it, but we'll get to those in just a moment. And lastly, you've got pretty much the full-on camera cube. Again, side access on both sides. And we'll just open it up again. And there you go. There's all your access on the inside. You've also got a divider. If I just get it out quick. That actually holds all the bits and pieces inside. If we just open this up, what we'll see are these little clips. Now these clips are actually used to hold the cubes in place so that when you open your bag, this won't just fall out. So these clips will actually latch onto these side bits here, or on the top or the bottom, and it just locks in your cube or any other pouch that you have available and stops it from falling out. So these are very, very handy, and if you do look to purchase it, don't overlook these. They're very important, especially if you don't want things falling out. So now going over to the wash pouch and the tech pouch, they pretty much look the same, but on the inside they'll be very different. Now if we open up the wash pouch, as so, you see how it expands open to get access to everything. You've got small pouches on the side. You've got this little magnetic one. This is more to hold your toothbrush. Again, that just closes up. You then have a little pouch in there. You can put in other little bits and pieces like a comb. You can put in your hairbrush. Now, it's not a massive size, and when you do fill it up, it will become a bit of a small issue just to try and close it all up. But once it's in there, it's good to go. Even if you're not going to buy the Peak Design bag, these are very good pouches, so don't overlook them. So even if you don't want to spend the £250 that this bag comes in at, you can always have a look at the wash pouch. So the wash pouch will go for about £50. So it is very well made, has a small handle as well, so very, very convenient. So again, don't overlook it. Now if we move over to the tech pouch, you can kind of tell that on the outside they look similar, but when you open it up, there's a few more dividers in the way that it's laid out. So in the middle, you've got a bigger pouch. So this can be for putting in charging cables. You've also got small dividers that have a soft material. So this will probably be great for phones or anything like that because it won't scratch up the screen. And now we've got the tech pouch. So this is a little bit different to what we saw with the wash pouch. If you open up the middle, there's a bit more space. They can be putting in for charging cables. You've also got the soft material on both sides. If you've got anything that is prone to scratching, you can just slot them in there and the screen won't scratch or won't do any damage. You then got larger pouches. Again, you could put in your battery pack with you or your laptop charging cables. Again, another bag not to overlook, very handy, especially if you're just going in the top of a bag or just keeping all your gear separate. So you're not trying to go through your old bag, trying to find where your charging cable is, where the plug is, because the plug doesn't fit in with the cable in that sort of compartment. You can have everything in one pouch. And again, you're only looking at about £50. Now onto the few more. So we've got this little pouch here. This is very small, so it's very good just to hiding away in one of the many pockets that the Peak Design travel backpack has. But this is the waterproof cover. So although this does have a bit of weather sealant, to make sure during an outpour you have one of these. Again, you can perfectly hide it away, unzip it, and then just wrap it over the entire bag. Very convenient to have and definitely a lifesaver on many occasions. Now lastly, we do also have the clothes cubes. So as you can see, they're a bit flat, but once you get some clothes in there, they will expand. And these are very, very helpful for when you are traveling and you want to make sure your clothes are kept separate from the rest of your bag. Very, very handy. Now you can get roughly in the big one, they say about 20 shirts. That is correct, but you've also got to remember other clothing such as underwear and trousers, so do bear that in mind. This is also good for smaller ones, so if you've got shoes, you've got one available there. Again, it just keeps everything neat so you haven't got any dirty shoes messing up the inside of your bag. So overall, we've been very impressed with the Peak Design Travel Backpack. It does meet a lot of users' needs, especially if you're a traveler, you're a filmmaker, you're a photographer, and you're on the go. This is a great bag to have a look at, but do be expected to pay quite a premium for this bag. This alone will probably set you back about £250, and then the modules that you'll go will push that a bit further. I mean, when it does come to the camera cubes, you're looking in essence of up from £50 and up. So if this one's £50, that one will be about £100. So do bear that in mind. This will build up the cost. If you're going to be going with quite a few modules, you want to set your budget to about £350, maybe £400, depending how many you get. You don't necessarily need to get every single module that is here. You're most likely not going to get the medium camera cube with a large camera cube. Most likely either be the small one and the large one, or then the large clothes one, and then maybe the shoe one. But I very, very much doubt you're going to go with all of them in one go, because it will set you back quite a big fee. But overall, it is an investment bag. I can see this lasting quite a long time as well. It's very, very well made. You've got good quality materials here being used by Peak Design, and Peak Design have built up quite a good name for themselves as well. So you are in good hands on the design department. So with that being said, that's our review of the Peak Design Travel Backpack. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, my name is Luke, this is PhotoBite, and we'll see you next time.